Trump and his tariffs. If you ask him, it's the most beautiful word in the English language. However, I can imagine the rest of the world are not agreeing with him on that statement right now. The Dow Jones recorded a 1,500-point drop this week, the worst since the 2020 pandemic. Affected countries worldwide by these tariffs that he's just put in are all threatening to retaliate, sparking off potentially a massive trade war. And as for the man himself, well, he was off watching golf at the taxpayers' expense. Those same US taxpayers who are most likely going to be the ones paying off all these silly tariffs. And you know it's bad when even Trump's stooges Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham come out and think it's a horrible idea what he's doing. In fact, 4 Republicans even joined all Democrats in passing a resolution in the Senate condemning these tariffs and trying to undo the ones on Canada. So why does Trump lean so strongly towards these tariffs when historically and currently, evidently, they are really stupid? Well, he's got this idea in his head that they're really good for balancing out the whole playing field of trade worldwide. Even though most economists, virtually all of them, are saying that no, they do not work like this, and it's the US consumers and taxpayers who foot the bill for it all. They certainly were not a good idea during the 1920s when Republicans decided to levy record-high tariffs all over the shop, and it was widely blamed for worsening the Great Depression. But here we have Trump apparently dooming America to repeat all that. Maybe he genuinely believes that all is going to be well. But we're talking about an extremely stubborn individual who never admits he's wrong, even when he clearly is. Let's take the 2020 election results, for example. But perhaps also there should be a bit of a worry about the fact that this is a man with a long history of bankruptcies, including 2 casinos of all things. And to be honest, it's not the first time he's implemented these kind of tariffs. He did this to a lesser extent during his first term, and economists believe that it cost Americans 245,000 jobs as a result. And agriculture and farmers had to be propped up with billions of subsidies based on a Great Depression style program. And I will also point out the glaring hypocrisy of Democrats and Republicans as well, I guess, because Joe Biden continued these tariffs into his own term. And they did raise a lot of tax revenue, but overall, American consumers and the public as a whole still paid the price for them. The point being that it's not okay to slam one president for doing it and praise another. They were equally rubbish ideas, no matter who it was. So then maybe it's about bargaining. Maybe Trump's just using these tariffs to get what he wants. They certainly seemed to work previously this year alone with Mexico and Canada, quickly, getting into trade talks after the announcement of the first wave of tariffs around February time. And Trump did stall them for a month, although he then did put them on anyway. China in particular have come under his ire for subsidizing manufacturing jobs in America, but at the same time, trade between the 2 countries declined between 2019 and 2020, insinuating that this did not go well. But of course, maybe this is just Trump wanting to look like a big man on a big stage. A bit like his mate Putin, for example. I mean, Putin rushed into Ukraine going, oh yeah, we're going to win that in no time. No, they didn't, and it's still technically going on as of this day right now, despite peace talks to end it, which of course are going nowhere. To be honest, it seems like the only people benefiting from all this at the moment are all the short sellers betting against the US's success with this endeavour. But in a way, I can't blame them for betting on that, because if I was a betting man myself, I would not be betting on Trump's tariffs having any kind of success long term or even short. And that was Trump's dumb tariff policy. I hope you liked the video. If you do, feel free to click that like button and subscribe for more content.